We ran into one up here. Yeah, I thought there was somebody else down there.
Morning.
Did you sign in?
I sure did.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Tom with Hops Herder. I know some of you've heard of Hops Herder before. They do quite a bit. He's going to put your name down.
Yeah, I'm going to give you guys some notes today.
Yeah, I'm going to sit down and listen.
It's kind of dry. Let's look at the green.
Sit behind letters so I can put
No, I'm right in my bag. No, I'm right. I might have a. Oh, there you go. I was going to say
There's more in the thing here. You want to
Is there? Yeah, and sometimes I carry one. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I like green because it means money. Green is a great color. Look at that. You guys can see that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, my name is Tom Maloney. I came in, Paul flew me in on his private jet yesterday. It was really nice of him, and I flew into Dulles, and from Los Angeles. And I had the opportunity last night to spend the night at a buddy of mine who lives in, I was telling these guys on, where was I? I was in Hollywood, wasn't I?
Hollywood.
On Half Tone Point Road. It's really pretty over there. So anyways, yeah, I'm here today, you guys, really to teach you personal marketing. What I find, to give you a little credibility, well, I'll tell you a little bit about us. We've been around, bless you, we've been around since '86, about 25 years. What we're known for is our specialization. Hops Herder Advertising specializes in building marketing campaigns and brands for agents. We do workshops like this. We do big 3-day seminars in a big city every month. We do everything from website marketing to social media, published advertising. We take an agent out of nowhere, brand new, never been in real estate, and make them rich in about a year. Okay? Because what we do is we build a brand. Your company, Coldwell Banker, has a great brand, right? Don't we recognize it as soon as we see the blue and white? Or don't we recognize the balloon as it says rising above the rest? We know it's Remax. If we see a rock and it's Prudential, we know it's Prudential. So that's what I'm talking about, brands. You know, since we're this big, we're taught brands. How far away do the kids notice the golden arches? Right? And what did I say? I want a Happy Meal. Did they see a picture of a hamburger? No, they saw a golden arch. And so that's what I teach. I teach agents how that you guys need your own brand. You're at a fantastic company, but you need your brand. Who are you? Okay? So with that said, that's what I'm here to do today. And I'm also going to sprinkle in some social media. Okay? Because social media, what I love about social media is it's free. And we know agents hate to spend money. So this is free, so this is going to be good for you. So the first thing I always like to talk about is change. How many of you have been in the business long enough that remembers that the MLS was in a book? Remember that?
And then we were going to a paperless office.
Right, but we had the book. And my broker, when I got in the business, my broker was freaking out. He's like, how am I going to do this business without a book? Because what the board did was they made us go to that CD-ROM. Do you guys remember that? The broker had to break down and buy a computer, and he wasn't happy about it. I was in Palm Springs, California. Wasn't that long after we went real fast in technology. 1999, think about it, what's that, 12 years ago? We went to MLS internet-based, Rapatoni. Do you remember that? 99. Wasn't that long ago, well, I guess 12 years, but I remember we were like, oh, now what do? We need to buy a computer now. The agents. So we all dialed up Gateway and said, can you put us on the payment plan? And we all bought those EV400s. Big old screen, brand new. We were proud, each and one of us in our cubbies, each had a computer. And off we went selling real estate. So I guess the point I'm trying to make is we're constantly in change, aren't we? Our industry is consistently in change. In fact, I gave you the clue. What's the biggest change today, right? Social media. Now, that's YouTube, that's Facebook, LinkedIn, and then Anthony Weiner's favorite, Twitter. Yeah, you gotta be careful with social media. It can get you in trouble. I know, I won't make any more jokes about it. Here's the thing, you guys. I'd say it's free. Now, here's the deal. Human beings, we hate change, don't we? We learn how to do things one way, and then I come in, Tom Maloney comes in and tells you how to do something a different way. You're going to say, Tom, why are you trying to change it? I have this mastered over here. I know what I'm doing. Now you're telling me I need to change it. Yeah, I am. I'm just saying this, you guys. If you're going to really, really master your marketing, you've got to include social media because it's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. What I love about YouTube, free videos. So you have your own YouTube channel, and every listing you get, you can do your videos. And what I tell people is put yourself in your video. What is your name?
Kathy.
Kathy. So if Kathy has a new listing down there on Half Point Road, she can say, hey, come on in, you guys. Wait till you see this house. And start showing off the house, the fireplace in the living room. Look at the view from the kitchen. Look at the beautiful river back there. So what ends up happening is, and the reason why you put yourself in the video is, it makes it emotional. And we'll talk about that later on, how important it is to be emotional in your marketing. But utilize these videos. I've seen agents that do a video on their town. Welcome to California, Maryland. Let me tell you, great place to raise a family. Then you cut to, here's elementary school, this is where your kids will go when they're small. Then we have a brand new junior high they built, and then the high school. And so what it is, you put together a 1.5, 2-minute video on your town. Does that, make sense to you guys? I mean, look at the impact that can have simply by shooting videos. And this camera that I just set up, $100 at Sears, and the tripod was $15 at Walmart. It doesn't cost any money. Remember, the only thing that social media costs you is time and effort. That's it. Then, on your Facebook, what I tell people is, listen, Facebook isn't, oh, I got a new listing. Oh, I'm having an open house. It's about Tim saying to me, hey, Tom, I get a lot of referrals off of Facebook. Can you do me a favor and write me a little testimonial? Absolutely, Tim, I'll do that with you. And then I just write, hey, Tim, thanks for your great advice and your expertise on us buying our house. We're so happy. We're going to refer you all of our family and friends. You see the impact that has? That's social media. Social media has to be social. Or maybe, we were just out on an open house and you're showing me. The idea is you get people to write things about you. Now, it's okay, Tim gets a new listing. He may say to me, Tom, do me a favor. Go on Facebook and ask me if I got that listing. Hey, Tim, did you get that listing over there on Half Point Road? Tom, I did. You saw my sign out there? I did. What are you asking? You see, that's social. Not you advertising. That's the difference. And then in LinkedIn, you know what's nice about LinkedIn, you guys? Anybody have a LinkedIn account? What's nice about LinkedIn is you develop a network. I tell agents that you can build a network. Medical professionals, law enforcement, educators. I know a lady in Philadelphia that all she does is sell to school teachers and principals and anybody in the education field. Elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, Baptist schools, Catholic schools, Montessori schools. All she does is educators. And she's built her network through LinkedIn. Amazing. And then Twitter, of course, you know what you use Twitter for, you guys? To build your brand.
Photos.
If you're constantly, well, yeah, you got it. If you're constantly tweeting about the market, things going on in your area, what happens is you become an expert. We're going to talk about that, how you can brand yourself as an expert. But that's what these tools are used for. Social media, it's free. I say this, guys. Here's the only thing I'm going to tell you. I advise you to learn and master it. Embrace it, master it. If in fact you really want to add, I would say if you really master social media, you'll add 5 to 10 transactions to your productivity. Okay? So, next thing I like to talk about is sales versus marketing. What is sales, you guys? What are you doing when you're selling? Trying to convince me? Persuade me? So Tim gets me to the dining room table, and Tim's going to tell me, Tom, you need to list with me, and this is why. He's going to persuade me and convince me why I need to list with him. Well, the question is, how does Tim get me to the dining room table? That's marketing. So what is marketing? Attracting. That's what marketing is. So now, once you start attracting, okay, now once you attract me to get me in front on the dining room table there, then you can convince and persuade me. And here's the deal, you guys. Here's what I found. I told you I've been in over 300 offices this year. Well, as you guys were coming in, I was talking. Here's the deal. Everywhere I go, what I see, what makes an agent, what differentiates an agent, let's say an average agent to a top producing agent, is the marketing. Because everybody will tell you, I'll ask you guys, are you guys pretty good in sales? Do you think you're good salespeople? I mean, I hope so, because you're in the real estate industry, right? Are you educated? Are you knowledgeable in real estate? I saw you just got a little class this morning, right? So you're knowledgeable in real estate, and you're good in sales. So if they say sales is a numbers game, right? You have to have enough prospects in front of you in order to close deals, right? It's like working at Sears. If I'm in the appliance area, and I only have 2 people walking through that day, I better close them both, right? And I'm going to say to the manager, we need more people coming through if you want me to sell more washers and dryers. I need more. I mean, you need to run some ads. We need to do some marketing so then I have more of a chance of closing. I got people coming through now. My closing ratio goes up, right? Well, I'm going to ask you this. If you think you don't have enough prospects in front of you to close, what kind of problem do you think you have? Exactly, Tim. And that's it. Everywhere I go, that's what I see. Agents have a marketing problem. They can sell. They tell me, Tom, I did the Carnegie course, man. I've read every book. I'm a great salesman. You get in front of me, boom, I close them. I don't have enough people in front of me. That's what agents tell me. I wish I could get more. Well, I said, then you got to get your marketing plan together. So that's why I'm here today, you guys, is really to focus on, I'm going to hammer home on marketing, marketing, marketing. I'm not here to teach you sales. Okay? I'm going to assume that you're great salespeople. Okay? So, with that said, what do most agents market?
Themselves.
I wish. What is your name?
Houses.
Houses. There you go. Most agents market houses. Now, if you call having a little photo next to your ad, right, then you think that's advertising or not. Does that look familiar, by the way? This guy here saying, come on down and get you a car. Does this look familiar? Looks like the Homes and Land, doesn't it? I left it in the back. That's not marketing, you guys. A little head with little houses. And guess what? Everybody's number one. Number one in sales. Number one in service. Multi-million-dollar producer. I'm in the President's Club. And there's always a guy in every town I go to, even in Canada. I went up to Toronto last month. I was up there for 6 weeks. There's always a guy doing this. Everything I touch turns to sold. Does that look familiar? That pose? Everything I touch turns to sold? Everywhere I go, I'm like, guys, that's not marketing. You're basically doing what everybody else is doing. And I loved it. Finish the sentence. Perception becomes what?
Reality.
You got it. Perception becomes reality in the mind of the consumer. What is the perception of a real estate agent, you guys?
Lower than sales, car salesman.
There you go. We're just like Eddie over here, or Jimmy. Right? Yeah, we're just like them. Yeah. We're car salesmen, make too much money, we're lazy. I've heard everything across the U.S. and Canada. Everybody.
Well, now
and
we're
that's
just
because
like bankers, so.
yeah, we've commoditized ourselves. Think about it. If you were coming out of the grocery store and picked up a magazine, and instead of a car magazine, instead of a real estate magazine, it was a plumbing magazine. So you pick up the magazine. Paul's Plumbing. There's a little picture of Paul. Paul's number one in sales, number one in service. He's a multi-million-dollar plumber. There's a sink and a tub and a shower and a drain. And turn the page. Jim's Plumbing. Oh, Jim's number one as well. He's in the President's Circle of Plumbers. And then there's all his plumbing jobs. Page after page after. How do you pick? How do you pick the plumber? You can't, right? I mean, are you going to go by photo? They don't even look like that anymore. Most photos, people don't even look like the photo, do they? No. I mean, so, I guess what I'm trying to tell you guys is that's not marketing. In fact, Anybody read their NAR bulletin that came out in December? I know it's been about 6 months now. Did you read the bulletin? And it said, in December of this past year, 2010, it said 7% of the consumers found their agent online in the year 2000. What do you think that number is today? Very close. 89% of the consumers found their agent online. If you don't have a website and I can't find you, why are you here? I mean, it's internet marketing. Magazines and all that's thing of the past. Real estate agents read those magazines. See if who got that listing that they didn't get. Okay? If 89% of the consumers are finding their agents online, I really recommend that you have an internet site and that I can find you and that it's set up properly. Now we're going to talk about that. The 3 keys to marketing, you guys. 3 keys to marketing. Anybody know what they may be? Now, because listen, the 3 keys to effective marketing, I should say. Okay? 3 keys to effective marketing. This is taught in universities across North America. First key, very, very, very important, is your marketing has to be focused. That makes sense. Your marketing has to be more directed to somebody, right? I gotta know that you're marketing to me, right? Think about it. I was in Camarillo, California last year doing one of these at a Prudential. After my workshop, a team, 2 women, came up to me afterwards and said, Tom, you're going to be proud of us. We have a focus. We have a specialization. Because that's what it means. You specialize. You have a niche. Right? They said, you're going to be so happy with us. What are you ladies doing? They said, we're doing over 55 communities. I like that. You're telling me baby boomers. Absolutely, Tom. That's what we're doing. Well, how many communities are there in Ventura County? They said there's 5. I said, wow, that's a great niche you have. Let me see your marketing. So we went on the internet and I looked at their website. Guess what I saw? A typical, generic real estate website. Anybody know what one of those looks like? A template? Just the word template tells you it sucks, right? A template. Yeah, it means it looks like everybody else's, doesn't it? I said, ladies, you just told me that you did over 55 housing, that was your niche. You're focused on the baby boomer, over 55 housing. Doesn't even say it on here. Nowhere. Schools, calculators, all this crap. Watch this. I typed in over 55 housing, Southern California. And what came up to the top was Del Webb. Anybody know who that company is? Del Webb? And what is your name?
Norma.
Norma. What is Del Webb? Who do they sell to?
Seniors.
Yeah, seniors.
Yeah.
And they even have a more defined focus. What kind of senior? Active, maybe?
Very active.
You got it, Norma. They market to active seniors. Right? What do you think I saw on their website? What did I say? Little tennis? Bridge in the clubhouse? Oh, seniors walking hand in hand waving to other seniors.
Couples.
Does that make sense?
Active couple.
That's who they're marketing to, you guys. Del Webb sells homes to active seniors. Gee, I went on their website and I saw myself. And I went, oh honey, look, Del Webb, they're selling to us, they're marketing to us, because look, we can live here, we can play golf, you can play bridge with your girlfriends. Make sense? How come agents don't do that, you guys? Why do agents market to everybody? I mean, it's kind of like going on a dating site and saying, I'll go out with anybody. Will you? I mean, wouldn't you check the box, needs to have a job?
We as real estate agents will go out with anybody.
Yeah, right. That's what I heard. Have a job, doesn't live with mom, has a car, right? I mean, you're going to focus a little bit, right? Are you going to go to a dance and wear a sign that says, I'll dance with anybody? No.
Leonard would.
Well, yeah, we're finding more and more about him, but is that making sense to you guys? Do you see where I'm coming from? Your marketing has to have a direction. It has to have a focus. You got to be marketing to somebody. Like I was telling you about that lady in Philadelphia that markets to educators. When you go on her website, that's what you see. Kids, schools, educators. It's all about that. She understands their needs. They're off for the summer and what they go through. And no matter what your niche is, your focus is, it could be a geographical focus, it could be a lifestyle focus, it could be a professional focus. I mean, most agents are thought that I got to have a farm and that's my thing, it's a geographical focus. You know, it just doesn't work anymore. You've got to really stand out in the crowd. You've got to be known for something. Think about this, you guys. Who makes more money, a generalist or a specialist? Specialist, right? Yeah. If you get a speeding ticket, you're going to do it to a divorce attorney, or you're going to go to a traffic attorney, right?
Doesn't matter.
I mean, my point is, you know, if you've got a problem with your ear, you're going to a foot doctor? No. I mean, my point is that when you're specialized, you create an image, and that image basically becomes you're an expert, because they say, let's say Tim's a golfer. And all Tim does is golf communities, right?
No,
His passion.
That would be Leonard.
Oh, okay, Leonard. Thank you. Leonard is a golfer, and all Leonard does is focus on golf communities, and his network is all golfers. Well, what ends up happening is he becomes known as the expert in his area of finding those golf course communities. He's got a passion for it. That's all he talks about in his marketing is golf and golf communities. And then what happens is Tom Maloney comes along. I said, golf communities, California. Oh, look at Leonard. So I call Leonard. Now what Leonard's done, he's attracting people like him, golfers, and then look at the referral network. It just goes crazy, because then I say to Tim, you got to buy from Leonard, man. He's the golfing guy. He's one of us. You see? So what ends up happening is it goes crazy, because you become known for something. You have a specialization. You're an expert. You have a focus. And how great is it, you guys, when you attract clients that like you? That's awesome, isn't it? When I first got into business, you know what I attracted? I attracted all the wackos.
Yeah.
I did, because I didn't have a focus. And I was doing that sales cycle. I was doing FSBOs, expireds, and I was making money, you know, and I was doing okay, but I got to tell you what, I was wore out. I was attracting all the wackos. We were fighting in the parking lot before we even got out to go look at homes. So I'm going to say this to you. It's really nice when you have a focus, because what ends up happening is you attract clients that like you for who you are. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll tell you a little story about an agent, and she is in Tacoma, Washington. She's a client of ours. Her name's Marguerite Career. She got into business in late 07, like November of 07. Not the best time to get into business, actually. A lot of people were quitting the business, having a rough time. And she went to our 3-day seminar, and after the seminar, she said, I know what I want to do. I'm going to do downtown Tacoma, Washington. It's about 4,000 residents. She says, I live down there, I play down there, I'm single, love it, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell downtown. And we said, all right, Marguerite, you're on to something. Your focus is, you've got to focus, but we want to narrow your focus a little more. So we had her take our personality profile. Here's what we figured out about Marguerite, is she didn't like kids. Some lady last week said, who does? But, anyways, so we said, now we're on to something. Marguerite can focus on singles and childless couples that want to live in downtown Tacoma, Washington. A question, do you think her marketing was much more effective in that she was focused on marketing to singles and childless couples that wanted to live in downtown Tacoma? Absolutely, Leonard. Yep. And Leonard, do you think that she had a really good rapport with her clients, or does? She's still in business, so it's still absolutely. Why is that?
Easier to convince and persuade them once you met them, too.
Right, she's just like them. Does focused marketing cost more than unfocused marketing? No. No. If you were single, or a couple without kids, and you saw her marketing, do you think you might call her? Yeah, sure. Because you know she's marketing to you. You see? That's the power of focused marketing. Does your marketing reflect your niche? Can I find you on the internet? Yeah. Good. Is it a template?
Yes.
Good. Okay, well, that's not good. Remember this, you guys. There's way too many of us. Have you ever gone on a Coldwell Banker agent directory? How do you pick? There's thousands of names. I'm Irish. Do I pick Irish people? How do I pick? Remember that, you guys. You want to attract so somebody chooses you to work with. You can't, there's too darn many of us. There's no differentiation in our business. I mean, I don't even think, you guys know that. So when you have a focus, you have your specialization, what's going to happen is you're going to attract people, consumers that want to do business with you because of you. Okay? And start thinking about your website. Your website should reflect your focus. Your marketing should reflect what you do. Del Webb sells to active seniors. By God, you go on their website, you sure do know it, don't you? Just like with Target. You know who Target attracts, right?
Oh, yeah.
The women. You know how I know that? When I was in college, I worked retail, and they taught us that menswear always goes in the front of the store. Why is that?
So then get in and get out.
There you go. Get in, get out. We don't want to spend the day there, do we? Where's the menswear in Target? Very back. They don't even want us in our store, in your store. They don't even want us there. Expect more, pay less. Bullseye. We recognize that brand far away too, don't we? What defines a brand, you guys? A logo, a slogan, the colors, and the graphics. Right? That's what defines a brand. Right? You got swoosh, you got, I mean, think about it. I'm looking around, nobody's wearing it. So usually there's a guy with a little polo pump. Oh, he's got something on his shirt. There you go.
Money.
There you go. See, he's got his little logo on there. I believe that's Ivanhoe or what's an, I forget that company. It's basically a knockoff brand of polo, right? Because polo was so successful at it that other companies copied it. But the point is, that's, guys, we know brands by a logo, by a slogan, by colors. Just like I told you, the kids recognize the golden arches. Okay? So there again, you've got to build your brand. What's your logo? What's your slogan? What's your colors? What's your graphics?
Get her done.
Get her done.
Now, all right, so I think you guys get the whole focus thing. Next really important key is that your marketing has to be emotional. Why is that, you guys? Why does marketing have to be emotional?
Feeling is what generates it.
Well, emotional marketing, Norma, is memorable. Emotional marketing makes you feel something. Happy, sad, makes you laugh, makes you cry, right? That's what emotional marketing does for you. But it really is memorable. You know, after Super Bowl, how everybody always memorizes a commercial? Well, it's because it connected with them. That's why they memorized it. Like, for me, it was that Dorito one where the guy was licking the fingers of the other guy. It was kind of gross, right? But I remember that. I don't know why. It was because I was always taught you're not allowed to lick your fingers. But here's one that connects with me right now. I don't know if you've seen it. Where Dad's leaning in and says, put your seatbelt on. And don't be playing with the radio when you're driving. And I want you to call me. But wait till you get there. And then she grows up. And she says, Dad, give me the keys. Dad gives her the keys. And out the driveway she goes. Dad's standing there all proud. Oh, there she goes. Out the lane. And it says, love, Subaru. Right? Who's Subaru?
I missed that part.
Who's Subaru marketing that legacy to, guys? Dads? Yeah? Yeah? Trying to get the dad's heart, huh? Make us feel, oh. Right.
They're safer in Subarus.
Right, that's why they do it. They're not trying to sell the legacy to everybody. In fact, if you watch the Subaru commercials, each one is focused on a market. The wagon, of course, is focused on families. You see families in that spot. The other one, that SUV, is focused on the adventure, right? Because that's who buys that car. So even Subaru, a big company, has a focus. You might say, well, no, they want to sell that car to everyone. No, they don't. They went to Madison Avenue and sat down with their ad agency and said, we want to sell the legacy to dads. How do we do it? The guy said, hey, you got to get emotional with it if you want to attract dad. You got to get the dad's heart. That's why they shot that spot. You see? Now when you watch spots or hear them on the radio, figure out who they're trying to market to. Because there's a method to the madness. You see? They spend a lot of money trying to figure out how to attract, don't they? Yeah, absolutely. And they do it, and they get, once they figure out their focus, it's okay, now what emotion can we add to attract that focus that we want? Now, we said emotional marketing is memorable. It's, it's emotion, builds a connection, builds rapport. That's what emotional marketing does. And agents ask me, well, Tom, how do I do that? How do I get emotional with my marketing? And I tell agents, you got to have a story. And your story, by the way, it's not about your ego, okay? It's not about being number one, being in the President's Club. No. Because remember what I said, perception becomes reality in the mind of the consumer. What do you think the consumer thinks when you say that you're $1 million guy or gal?
Paid too well.
Yep.
We're rich!
Yep.
Multi-million-dollar producer, I'm in the President's Club, I did over 30 million in sales. So then they come in and go, Tim, man, I know you're $1 million producer. You're in the President's Club. I see it on the thing there. We don't have that kind of money. Could you do ours for 1.5?
I don't work for less than 6%. I know people who do. Be happy to refer you to them, but you won't get my service.
Right. Okay.
You forgot
And see, but you see what happens to the consumer? They think you're rich. They're going to try to get in your pocket. That's my point. Don't be advertising that. You'll not see another profession do that. Lawyers don't brag about how much money they make. Plastic surgeons don't brag about how much money they make. Why do real estate agents? And by the way, $1 million in sales is nothing. That's 3%, $30,000 minus your cut. So it's dumb to even put that.
They're hoping to pretend. A lot of the prospective clients are saying, "Oh, he made $1 million."
Right.
That's what
We said, right, perception becomes reality. They think you're rich. They don't know. And because one agent doesn't, the next agent follows along like a herd of cattle. Well, he put it on his advertising. I'm going to do it too. He said he was number one. I'm going to say it too. He's in the President's Circle. Well, I am too. You see? Guys, that's not emotional marketing. It's garbage. Now, we talked about you got to get emotional. You got to tell your story. I'm going to give you this is what Priscilla Rodriguez does. She's in South San Diego County. I like Priscilla because she's just on top of her game. Social media, her marketing, her brand. She's been at it though for quite some time. I'd like to use emotional marketing in an open house setting. Here I am. I'm in California, Maryland. I'm going to some open houses today. Tom Maloney's visiting from LA, looking for a little river house. What do I typically get, you guys, in an open house? What do I get? Is it Lisa? Kathy. Kathy, what do I get in an open house? I come into your open house and
Gift cards. Food.
give me some food. Maybe anybody give a flyer on the property?
Yeah. Food and flyer.
Get a flyer. Anybody give out a business card? No? So a business card, a flyer. That's typical. That's what you get in open houses. I'm going to just say this to you guys. A lot of agents always say, because I've been in the biz about 15 years, so they always say, oh, well, open houses, people don't buy it from them. Open houses are great fishing holes. You just aren't using the right bait. Okay? The bait is emotional marketing. Have you guys ever felt like you met somebody in an open house? You go, oh, wow, I got rapport with them. And then they just slip through your fingers. Where'd they go? God, I talked to them for like a half hour. You did not emotionally connect with them. I don't care how great you are in sales. You didn't emotionally connect. Okay? Now, think about it. The consumer's overwhelmed. They go to 10 open houses, to get 10 business cards, 10 flyers, you mix them all together. What do? Do you put the business cards in a bowl, stir them around, and pick one and say, where's our realtor? That sounds silly, doesn't it? Or do you wait till the following weekend to see if you can find somebody? Because what happens is if you don't emotionally connect, that's what's going to happen. They're going to slip through your fingers, you're not going to connect, and you're just going to, you're not using the right bait, as I said. What Priscilla Rodriguez does is not only greet you at the open house, thank you Kathy for coming, and here's a flyer on the property, and by the way, here's a personal brochure on myself. This talks about my business philosophy, tells a little bit about me. Take your time and read through it, and then you can make a decision on whether or not I'm somebody that you may feel comfortable working with. What did I just do, you guys? Did I put Kathy in the driver's seat? Absolutely I did, didn't I? Because I said to her, after you read about me, then you can make a decision whether or not I'm somebody you feel comfortable working with. Now remember, we had talked about focus and attracting. Well, what ends up happening is, you're not going to attract everybody. But do you want to? No. You want to attract people that like your story, that go, wow, I really...
Does that get as much response as a business card? Because 98% of people you get business cards, you throw in the trash can as soon as they walk out the house.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what is your first name again?
Fred.
Vern. When's the last time that somebody called you on the phone and said, Vern,
Fred Flintstone.
Fred.
Fred Flintstone.
what the hell's wrong with me?
Fred.
Sorry, I'm hard of
I
hearing.
I was wondering what the hell was
Rock and roll music, Fred.
I just gotta let you keep going. You want to roll?
Alright, so,
Burn.
talk to Fred, take two.
Burn.
Alright,
There used to be a commercial where they got it.
I remember.
Burn.
Fred, when is the last time somebody called you on the phone and said, Fred, I'm reading through your business card, and it's really making an emotional connection with me.
I'd run.
Remember the nuts that you used to work with? I think you're still stuck there.
I would run.
Alright, quick sales tip about business cards. Remember this about business cards. Business cards are formality, and Fred made a very good point. They throw them away. So here's what you do. Tim Wood, nice to meet you. Here's my card, Tom Maloney. Tim, you have a card? Oh, great. That's me calling you, Tim. It's Maloney, M-A-L-O-N-E-Y. Here's my email, Tim. Now we really exchanged a contact, didn't we? Didn't get washed in the trousers, didn't get thrown away. And Tim's going to say, damn, that Tom Maloney.
Pushy.
No, I captured a contact. I captured a contact. Whether or not we emotionally connect, I don't know if that's going to happen. You follow me? At least I did my job as a salesman. You see? Because remember what I was saying? You're only going to attract people that like you, man.
The only thing you're selling is you.
Yeah, but you're not going to connect with everybody, is my point.
Correct. You're not.
You know, so remember, you could be a great salesperson. But my point is, with emotional, when you add emotion to your marketing, now you've got something to go on. If Kathy gives me a personal brochure, and I'm reading about Kathy, oh, she grew up on a farm, she learned how the work ethic by getting up early, feeding the horses, and this and that connects with me, that may connect with me. I don't know what your story is. It's going to connect with certain people. You follow me?
What would it cost to print one of those?
Oh, these personal brochures? I don't sell these, but they do. You could contact. I can give you a number to call because we have a whole package I could show you. But I'm not here to. I don't sell stuff.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just showing you emotional marketing. And by the way, you guys, your personal brochure carries over to your website. So in other words, your home page of your website tells the same story that you tell in your personal brochure. We'll talk about that with continuity. But my point about emotional marketing is, we'd said it's memorable, it makes a connection, and that's it. You will attract according to your story. Because now you're really being you. Okay? So when you're being, in other words, I'm not going to pretend to be a golfer and say, I love golf, and if, I'm passionate about golf, and I grew up, and no. You've got to be true to yourself. By the way, what I'm telling you guys today is not easy. It's not easy to figure out your focus, and it certainly isn't easy to be emotional in your marketing, because you never have been before. How in the heck do you know how to do it? You're not at an ad agency. You see?
I sometimes wonder how the ad agencies figure out things.
Well, you have to do a personality profile,
No,
Fred.
I'm saying some of the...
It's not easy. I'm doing my agent right now. I have a small firm in Key West, Florida, and I'm working on my agent's brand right now, Teo, who's my manager there. Because he's brand new in the business, and I'm helping him. I just came up with a slogan, creating community. Because he's so active in the community, and we were trying to come up with a slogan. We couldn't come up with a slogan. What is it? You're so active in the community, we're committed to community, this and that. My girlfriend said, creating community. I'm like, there it is. Mine's, I just did mine, because, by the way, this is my last week of doing this. Mine is position for performance, because I'm a marketing guy. So to figure out that stuff, your logo, your slogan, your colors, not easy to do. Because each color represents an emotion. You've got to, this isn't easy what I'm teaching you. But I'm telling you, in order to be up at the top, and to really be constantly selling and have many transactions, you got to do this kind of stuff. Or you'll just be an average realtor. And if you're okay with being an average realtor, then I certainly don't have anything against it. I'm just trying to show you how to take your business to the next level. So anyway, so we say if you're emotional in your marketing, you have this, because what ends up happening is, I made a little joke about Fred and I with him giving me the car, but it happens with this all the time. Think about it. In fact, what I like about Priscilla, she also does, I don't know if you guys do these, open house feedback forms. And it's really simple for the consumer. When they come in, you've greeted them, you gave them the personal brochure, now you've asked them, do me a favor, do a little feedback for the seller. Because I've got to give them some feedback. I want to really sell this home and know if we're doing okay. On a scale from 1 to 10, how's the curb appeals? You drive up to the home. 1 to 10 on first impression after entering the front door. 1 to 10 on attractiveness, functionality, kitchen and family room. 1 to 10 master bed and bath. 1 to 10 guest bed and bath. 1 to 10 on the backyard. And 1 to 10, I like this for buyers. How close does the home come to meeting the criteria you're looking for in a home? And then last but not least, at the asking price of $729, do you feel the home is a bargain, solid value, priced right, a little higher overpriced? These are great for overpriced listings. Because then you go back to your seller and say, yeah, I had 14 people through today. I had a great response on the open house today. We did that. The bad news is, everybody's saying we're high on our price.
They don't care.
Or maybe the backyard doesn't look good or whatever. But here's the thing, we know that sellers know more than us.
Yeah.
The brother-in-law told him what to say, the neighbor told him what to do, right? You've got to have tools to combat that. Okay? This is a great tool. Now what I like about it as well is that perception becomes reality. At the end of the day, got the 10 business cards, the 10 flyers, all of a sudden the wife says, oh, there was we met Priscilla today, and the husband says, yeah, that's that agent that had us do the open house feedback form. What's our perception of Priscilla? Yeah, she's professional, right? She certainly doesn't look new, does she? She looks experienced, huh? And you know what's great about this? We don't know how long she's been in the biz. Perception becomes reality. She could be in the business a week, a year, 5 years. We don't know, but the perception was there that she's a professional. So I would ask you guys this. Do you see, if you had emotion in your marketing, that you would attract a client that you would like working with?
Well, I sent pages 2
Yeah. You see that? You see how there again could add transactions? That in fact, I wrote a couple questions about if you implemented emotional marketing, do you think your chances of success would go up dramatically? How many of you have appeal? You have to have appeal, right? If you had an emotional connection, what would it be worth to you? Right? Gotta have it. It works. Stop with the little head in the little house. Number 1. Doesn't work. It's not emotional. And there again, if you're tired of prospects slipping through your fingers at open houses, try a personal brochure. Then you've got more of a chance of connecting. You see? Does that make sense? All right, guys, last but not least, 3 keys. The last key is continuity of image and consistency. Why is that? Why do you have to be consistent in your marketing and have that continuity of image? Anybody know what this stands for? Top of mind awareness. If you went to a radio station today and said, you know, I want to do an ad campaign. In fact, I have a jingle that I wrote, and it's great. Call Tim Wood, 733-1000. Right? And I would just want to run it for a couple weeks. You know what the radio station would say? Save your money. Keep your money. We don't want it. It takes 13 weeks to achieve top of mind awareness. That's what they're going to say to you. If you want us to remember, the consumer to remember that jingle, Tim, you've got to run it for 3 months straight. You've got to run drive time, morning, afternoon. You've got to get it into the heads to where we start singing. Call Tim Wood, you know, I mean, that's called creating top of mind awareness. You do the same thing with your advertising, with your real estate advertising when you're doing, let's say, direct mail. Because what happened was you met Priscilla at the open house. She gave you an open house. She gave you your personal brochure. She had you do the open house feedback form. Then she writes you a letter and says, "Hey Kathy, thanks for coming to my open house last Sunday. It was really nice meeting you. If there's anything I can ever do for you, let me know. In fact, go to my website. It's a great resource for you if you're looking in that neighborhood, that area." Then a few weeks later, she sent you a card and said, "I sold that house that you were looking at there in that neighborhood." But then a few weeks later, she says, "Kathy, I have a new house in that neighborhood. You might like it. Give me a call." Okay? Are you starting to see the consistency and continuity? As soon as you see the violet, do you think you might know who it is? Did you notice that Priscilla has her logo, her colors, her slogan, "Rising to the Challenge"? Right? There's a broker on the back, but it's about her. You see? Logo, slogan, colors, graphics. Okay? Then she said, "Well, Facebook me." Right?
That's almost like being stalked.
What is?
She's talking to me like
Yeah.
that.
Stalking. I mean, you keep
She's stalking the buyer.
putting that stuff out. It probably was.
It's not stalking, it's called marketing.
Yes, I know, but I would be kind of freaked out if I started.
Well, then you're not attracted to it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody else that marketed to you, you would be turned on by it. Maybe you don't like her colors. Maybe you're not, and that's okay. Not everybody does. I have other agents that love this.
Yeah.
That say, "Wow, love her colors. Can I have a copy of it? Because she doesn't live here. I can do exactly what she does." I have that all the time.
Isn't that what you just telling us that everybody else has been doing all these years? Play copycat? And that's not a good thing?
Well, Fred, my point is, if you wanted to do the lavender, Fred, with the sun rising over the Potomac, you could. Because my point is Priscilla Rodriguez is there. What I said to you is, don't say you're number one in sales, number one in service, and you're in the President's Club. That's what I said.
I've never said that.
And that everything you touch turns to sold.
Never said that.
Okay? I put the real in realtor.
Century 21.
Okay? That's my point. Be creative. My point was that agents do like this, like her brand. I don't know why that is. I have many, many agents that I could use. I probably use Priscilla because I like her a lot. I go on her Facebook page. She's got it going on. Let me tell you something.
You have a connection.
Exactly. This lady is amazing.
I think there's a bigger population there than what we've got here.
Oh, it doesn't matter where you are. Small town, big town, medium town, doesn't matter. If I, finish this sentence. Where's my pen? Thank you. Visibility creates the perception of what?
Success.
Thank you. I see you everywhere. You must be successful. I keep seeing Kathy, and she's sending me to Tom, and on her Facebook page. We Facebook each other and say, "Oh, she's busy. She just looks like sold a house to the Anderson family," and they're all happy talking about how great she is. You see? Now, there are a lot of agents out there, that do a little marketing here and there. You know what I call them? Secret agents. Because I'll get a piece of mail from a guy. I've been living in LA. I'll get a piece of mail. I'll be like, "Oh, I haven't seen him before. Gee, he must be new." Then about a month later, I get another piece of mail. "Oh, there's that John again. Got a new listing?" Well, suddenly he disappears. I think to myself, "Well, what happened to John?
He quit.
Did he move out of town?" He quit marketing! He didn't quit the business! Marketing campaigns have to be consistent.
I agree.
You have to have continuity of image. Are the arches always golden? And are they always arches? Why do agents say, "I had an agent out in Canada. Oh, it's Easter time. I put little bunnies. Oh, it's May. Spring flowers." I said, "God, I hate to hear what you do for June." Doesn't work. Your marketing has to be consistent. It has to have continuity of image. So I recognize you, so you have top of mind awareness. As soon as I get something in the mail from Priscilla, I'm going to know who it is. As soon as I see the sun rising in the purple, I know it's Priscilla. Now, it doesn't mean I like her. My point is that you got to keep remembering is your marketing is only going to attract people that like you for your brand. But you got to have a brand, just like I talked about the Del Webb brand. You missed the story when I was talking about the ladies who said they did over 55 housing, but they didn't represent it in their marketing. You missed a really important part of my spiel here. is that your marketing has to represent what you do. Stop it with the generic. Generic sucks. Generic, and here's what I always tell. My brother's top agent Remax in Kennett, Pennsylvania, okay? I just had a dinner with him last week. And I said to Jimmy, Jimmy, by the way, what I'm telling you, because, you know, he's a know-it-all. But I said to him, you're a top producer, Remax. I'm not saying what you're doing is not working. Hell yeah, it's working. You're successful. How many deals have you lost? How many deals are you not getting? Could you maybe add 10, 20, 30 to your productivity? Absolutely doing this. I mean, I was very successful in sales. I'm not afraid of the phone. I'd knock on your door on expired listing day. Tom Maloney, what happened? It didn't sell. I think I know why. Can I come in? That was me. Okay? But my productivity damn near doubled when I implemented marketing. I thought I was marketing. I think my slogan was driven for results or something. You know, I was doing what everybody else was doing. I thought that was marketing. But I met Greg Herter, he changed my life. You see? Then I thought, wow, man, am I making mistakes? Wow. And you know what I loved about once I started implementing marketing? I could go on vacation and my phone was still ringing and my email was still going. On vacation. That's what marketing does for you. And there again, that's what I say. It basically differentiates you from an average agent to like really top visible agent. You create that visibility. It's incredible. Everybody will know who you are and know what you do, especially when you have a focus. You know? All right. I'm winding down here, you guys. I'm not supposed to say that. They say in public speaking never say that because then agents start looking at the watch. He's almost done. I'm thinking about now what I got to do. But I'm going to keep your attention because this is really important. How many of you have a 2011 business plan and are executing flawlessly? You just keep checking that stuff off. I did 3 listings and sold those last week. And then this month I had said I was going to do 4 transactions. Boom, 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 boom. I did those. Everybody's right on track on the business plan, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I thought. Usually everybody looks at their broker when I say that because they know they should have a business plan, but they don't. And so they go, damn, there's that business plan word again. All right, guys. Real simple. You know what a business plan is? It's your map. It's your GPS. It's how you get from point A to point B, okay? And what's nice about when you have a map, even if you have a detour, you still know where you're going, don't you? Mm-hmm. Yep. Now, I'm going to tell you how important it is. I was in Destin, Florida last year. Anybody ever been there? It's really pretty. White sandy beaches.
Different.
God, beautiful water up there. And I went to the Irish pub there, McGuire's in Destin. And I met these 2 ladies, and we started chit-chatting. They're like, oh, what do you do, Tom? I said, oh, I do this marketing workshop for the real estate industry. Oh, where are you doing it? I said, Coldwell Banker in Shalimar. Oh, we have friends that work there. In fact, we grew up there. I said, wow, nice. They said, well, what time? You going in the morning? Yeah, I go first thing in the morning. Oh, do you know how to get there? I said, no, I've never been. I said, but, you know, every morning, as you can imagine, I travel 46 weeks a year. You know, I'm in a different town every day. I said, I map it. I go on Google, I look at the map, I study it, and I look at landmarks, and I figure out where I'm going. So, next morning, you know, they basically said, oh, you don't need to do all that. It's real easy to get there. All you need to do is go over to Intercoastal, go on that high school, make a left. You're going to follow that all the way to you see a cemetery. You stay to the right. Take that all the way out to Cherokee Road, make a left, Coldwell Banker's on the right. Oh, thank you, ladies. Next morning, I got up. What do you think I didn't do?
Google it first.
I didn't map it. Off I went, a little groggy, over the bridge, made a left to school. Then things started to get fuzzy. I'm like, I think they said stay. Wow, you know what? I'm going to call Coldwell Banker. I don't want to be late. So I called Coldwell Banker. I said, yeah, it's Tom Maloney. Just coming up on the cemetery here. And then Cherokee Road's not too far away, is it? Oh no, honey, you just stay to the right, follow that all the way out, you'll see Cherokee, make a left, and we're down on the right. I said, perfect, I'm going to be on time, everything's good. So I get to Cherokee Road, I make my left. I'm going to 370, and I'm 8, 7, 600, 500. By the way, do you notice like nobody puts a number on their building anymore? That drives me insane. All of a sudden, I'm going to 370, I'm at the 400 block, it goes back to 800. I'm like, this cannot be happening to me. I pull into the plaza, I'm staring at the buildings, and I'm like, I really didn't want to call Coldwell Banker again. because I was thinking I'd be looking stupid. Here, the speaker's coming out, he can't even find his way to it, right? But I have to. It's not there. Excuse me. So I called Coldbanger, hey, it's Tom. You know, listen, I don't know what is going on, but the numbers just went from 400s to 800s. Oh, honey, you're at the other end of Cherokee. You just keep on coming. We're down here on the right. What's the moral of the story?
Map it.
Are you tired of being lost and frustrated in the direction of your business? Because that's what happens when you don't have a map. Just going to go in circles. You've got to map your business, guys. You've got to know where you're going. If you say, I'm going to do 15 transactions this year, how am I going to do it? Map it out. Don't complicate it. A lot of agents complicate, but oh my God, I got to write a business plan. We're not asking for executive summary and all that. You're not borrowing $500,000. We just want to know how you're going to get from point A to point B. How are you going to do your year? And I always tell agents, map out your week. Because guess what? There's too many distractions in life. You know, on Monday morning, you're having your coffee, map out your week, and then you know, oh, okay, the Johnsons wanted CMA. The Smith family said, come and see if we need to stage the house for listing. So you have your stuff all laid out. So that way, if mom calls you, the kids need a ride, or whatever it is, you go, I looked at my thing for the week. I still need to do this. Or I still need to go over there. I still need to get that house inspected over there. You see? For some reason, agents think they can operate without a plan. I don't get it. I don't get it. You've got to have a business plan. It's your map. Carry it around with you. Long-term goals, short-term goals. And what I'm teaching you is not, listen, anybody ever read the book Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill? No? Long time ago. Thank you, Norma. You know what? I read it a long time ago, too. I read it in the 80s. And I was in Naples for Christmas at a wedding. I was in the bookstore and I saw it right up front. I thought, God, I haven't read that book in a long time. I'm going to read that book. Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. Do you remember what he said, Norma? By the way, the book is about this. Napoleon Hill was hired by Andrew Carnegie. And Andrew Carnegie said, I want you to study successful business people. And tell me what is the ingredients. What are the ingredients of a successful entrepreneur business person? So here's what Napoleon Hill said. They had a focus. They were specialized. That was the #1 common denominator. They were focused and were specialized. Guess what the second one was? They had a plan. How they were going to get there. You see? So, you know, if you're not focused, you don't have a plan, you're just going to be average. It's that simple. You guys know that, right? All right. So, how many of you think you might have a marketing problem? Okay, good. That's good. At least you admit it. It's like saying, yeah, my name is Tom Maloney. I have a marketing problem. Welcome, Tom. No, I'm not the 12-step program. I have the solution, of course. There's a reason why I'm here today. It's because our CEO, Greg Herder, is going to be in, you may want to write these dates down, July 13, 14, 15. Okay, July 13, 14, 15. He's going to be at the Crystal City Sheraton on those 3 days. And what it is, it's called the Gateway. Okay, it's master your marketing. Okay, because I always say this, you guys: how long are you going to continue to wing this business? Because if you continue to wing it, you know where you're going to end up. So if you're serious about changing, if you're really serious about getting your marketing act together, this 3-day gateway basically is,
there's Dr. Real.
It's called Master Your Marketing. And what you do is the first day is 1 to 6, second day is 8 to 5, third day is 8 to 5. And I have an itinerary right here. And here's what he does for you over the 3 days. By the way, this is not a sales convention like sales rah-rah, hugging and kissing like Tony Robbins. That's not what this is, okay? I've been to Tony Robbins, so I do like that too. But what Greg does on day 1 is personal branding, direct response advertising and lead conversion, open house strategies, and personal development. Day 2 is niche marketing, web strategies, email farming, search engine optimization, social media, and direct mail systems. And then day 3 is your media planning, listing presentation, listing servicing system, and your business planning and goal setting. I'm just going to say this, you guys, that it's the best marketing. It changed my life. It's the best marketing seminar that I've ever been to. And okay, I just went recently again to see Keller Williams. They did a private one in San Diego because Greg on day 2 is real heavy in social media now, and I wanted to see that. And I can tell you this, you're not going to get this kind of marketing training anywhere. There's Buffini, there's Mike Ferry, and all these other guys. They teach sales. Buffini teaches contact management. Greg teaches marketing. He's a professor at UC Fullerton in Orange County. His undergrad psychology and his graduate degree is in marketing. And let me tell you what, the guy is amazing. If you really, really want to master your marketing, you need to see the guy. Now I'm going to tell you the price. The price used to be $8.95 during the good old days. We lowered the price to $6.95, but because Paul had me out here today, I can sell it to you for $4.95. So for $495, you can master your marketing, take your business to the next level, and create your brand. Build a brand. How nice would that be? To have your, Kathy, what's your last name? Link? K, L, or whatever. What's your brand? Or is it just Kathy? What's your colors? It's funny, there's a lady in my neighborhood, it's Rosalie. Her name's Rosalie Klein. She goes by Rosalie on everything. Guess whose open houses signs I see all over the place on Sundays when I'm taking my walk? Rosalie's. Is it by accident, you guys? No. Did somebody do something for her? No, she's no better than us. She has a brand. She does marketing. She's got a focus. She's emotional in her marketing, and she has continuity of image. I mean, that's why she's successful. There's no other reason. It's that simple. This is not a complicated thing. I can just say this to you. Agents don't do it. No matter where I go, 80% don't do it. Actually, probably 90% don't do it. As I had said earlier, that number still holds, you know. What do they say, 10% does 90% of the business? Yeah. There's a reason for that, you guys. It really is. And this business is so easy to create a brand. And become, within 3 to 6 months, you can change your life by just having a brand. Because then you have that visibility that I talked about. Right? Isn't that nice? And I go, wow, I see Kathy everywhere. I'm calling her. She's number one. I can see that. She's active in the community. I see her. She's got that visibility. Right? And there again, you start thinking about, I erased it, but that social media and your internet site, very important. And have your internet site reflect what it does. Does that make sense to you guys? I mean, you gotta have a focus with your marketing. Is there any questions, by the way? Nothing, huh?
Now, do you guys help with setting up the internet site and stuff like that?
We do everything, Paul. We A to Z. We do it all. We have a creative team on the ground. When you go to the 3-day, there are creative people there to help you get going. Because that's what ends up happening. My job is to get you to go to the 3-day seminar. I guess you would call that, my job is to motivate you. When I tell people I try to motivate agents, you know what they say to me? Oh my God, boy, you have a challenge in your job.
I'll get emotional.
Well, it's true. I'll tell you, yeah, right? I'll tell you why. And now I'm going off on a thing that it's because of our business model. We're on 1099s. We're independent contract. You can't tell me what to do. See, I grew up, when I got out of college, I was in the insurance business. 8 o'clock sales meeting meant you were there at 7:45. Okay. Writing 10 apps a week meant you were going to write 10 apps a week. Because if you did, the manager wanted to know why. Okay. Now, what's nice about that? You make money. That's why you have a sales manager. My sales manager always said, Tom, aren't you going to go buy a new boat? That boat you have is getting kind of old, isn't it? Don't you need a new one? They have them on sale down there at Yamaha. What did she want me to do? Go spend money. Why is that?
So you make more.
Well, exactly. But the real estate industry, you guys, is just, I'm here, yeah, gee, hey, coffee, hey, how are you? Yeah, you doing? Yeah, I'm doing great, yeah. It's a shame. There's so much money to be made out there. I see so much opportunity in this business. I don't care if I'm in Texas, Nolans, Chicago, New York, Beverly Hills. No matter where I go, you guys, there's room at the top. No matter where I go. I'm never impressed. I'm never like, wow, that boy, oh boy. I went in one office, man, every agent in the thing. I have a brand, oh, I have one. Usually there is in my crowd somebody that's a client. Because, you know, we've been at this 25 years. So most of the time, there's somebody that, I love it because they stand up and say, changed my life. Like I had a lady, where was I? Last week. Oh, I knew where I was. I was in a weird area. I was on the Susquehanna River. In New York, actually, but I did this thing at this big farm that, it's a long story. But anyways, I did it actually where they had this big broker open with food, and I did my presentation there because I was on a 400-acre estate on the Susquehanna River. Imagine, that was beautiful. But one of the ladies there, she's been in the business 30 years. She told Tom, my first 20 years, average. She says, I bought into your system 10 years ago. She goes, it's amazing. She goes, I do 6 to 10 million a year, even in York, Pennsylvania. And you go on her website, she's got it, man. She's attracting. She's got, and you know what? She's got I don't like her brand, but she was born on February 14th. She's all about the heart. Realtor with the heart, this heart, and that. And it's Patricia something. You can Google her. She's at Century 21 in York, and that's her brand. And she attracts. She's in the country, so I think a lot of those people, that country folk, like that whole realtor with a heart thing, you see? But there again, she's only attracting people that like her, and that's why she's so successful. Believe me, she's not some super salesman. You follow me?
You'll never be successful.
Hey,
People don't like
a woman with a heart.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Terry. No,
Terry.
Tom.
I'm Tom. You can call me Tom. Nah, call me Vern.
Maloney. Maloney.
Yeah, call me Maloney. That's
From New York. You said trash. You said, instead of trash, you said garbage. You're from New York.
Actually, I grew up in Delaware,
Oh,
on a small horse farm in Middletown.
You had 3 C's up there. I don't recall you saying the third one.
Same what?
You had 3 C's. What was the third one?
Oh no, I said the 3 C's are how to win friends and influence people. I said the 3 keys were focus, emotion, and continuity of image and consistency. There's your 3. So your marketing has to be focused, has to have a point, marketing has to be emotional so you can connect, and your marketing has to be consistent so you're not a secret agent. The 3 C's though, we can talk about it. What did Dale Carnegie say? Never condemn, criticize, or complain. Those are the 3 C's. And everybody ever read that book? How to Win Friends and Influence People? Great book. Now, anybody want to sign up? You can sign up today, $4.95. You want one, Paul?
Yeah, I think I do. I did this 16 years ago now.
Here's the thing, you guys. Listen, I got to be honest with you. I'm going to shut this off.